Good evening, maayong gabi sa inyo mga nigugma kong mga uturan sa Elders and Deacons League, Western Visayas. Our EDL week is April 10 to 16, and we have agreed as part of our activities for the last portion of this year to have an EDL week of something like a week of prayer that can help sa atong mga leaders sa mga kaiglesyaan. Ang atong EDL or Elders and Deacons League is blooming so far, despite the many obstacles that happened in the past years. I would like to convey two things sa inyo. Number one, most of our elders, our deacons and deaconesses were affected, and some were victimized by the pandemic that started 2019 up to this time, no? Ining pandemic na ginatawag. Somehow, I believe that this is a touch of the what to do and what will happen in the near future, as stated in the Bible, where the enemy of God will be trying to persecute people. Even today, maayo na lang ganing subong sa atong kaiglesyaanan, pwede na kita makalakat, maka-meeting. But in the past, curtailed ang meeting, curtailed ang travel. Imagine ka, I am working in Cebu, and even though ako ay IATF regional, pag magsiling diri sa Iloilo nga, no travel from Cebu to Iloilo, hindi gid ako makatabong. So that's how our freedom are being curtailed because of the pandemic, no? So number two is that we are also affected by UDEM. Itong UDEM naton, 2021 last part of the year. Kaya madamo sa mga problema nga nagkalatabo sa mga, well, physically as well as emotionally. Most of the elders and deacons, most of the leaders are even affected na somehow they have failed to exercise the different responsibilities. No? So these are the two things that happened in the past. Now, despite sa nagkalatabo, I would like to share to you that we have done many things to continue exercise and discharge our responsibilities. Number one of that is that the EXICOM, ang inyong mga provincial vice president, including us, the officers, have been continuously doing our meetings through virtual. No, virtual na lang. Kaya dili na mag-met, pero I think in the past, in 2019, ang pwede pa kita makatabok, all the way from Cebu, I normally would go to Iloilo, met all the EXICOM, and then mag-meeting kami sa mga bulhaton para sa Ginoo. So, for I think 3 or 4 times tayo nag-virtual. Meaning to say, hindi naman ginapahibalo sa inyo, but the things that we have implemented from 2019 down was actually done because of the agreements in our virtual meeting. So, isa sa mga agreements natin is to make sure that ang atong kaperahan, which is being handled by Ms. Maris as our treasurer, gibutang naton, okay, part of that money will go to the host province. So, naghatag kita, I think, 25,000 pesos for the church building funds. Ang atong Iglesia host province, which was, of course, then Gimaras, kag ang kwarta, ginhatag namon sa atong Vice President, Brother Sam Delis, no? So, sila na ang bahala sa Gimaras kung anong iglesia ang hatagan sa support to make sure that the business of God will not be cut off, no? So the money was already given to Brother Sam Adeles. The amount was used for the provincial church building project, and of course, Brother Sam will be able to provide us the report in the next convention. Another thing is that pila ka mga elders and deacons ang naka-avail sa aton nga mga medical and burial assistance provided by the EDL officers nga inang kwarta gikuha sa aton mga solicited amount during the previous convention. So, it was provided ang natabo kung may mamatay na tigulang sa iglesia or nagkasakit din. Okay, aprobahan lang na sa district president ang report sa iglesia, and we will release a portion of the amount for the maintenance or sustenance ng atong mga kinahanglanon sa atong mga namatyan kapupon masakit ng mga tigulang sa iglesia. Of course, we also have distributed the Santa Cena, that's communion, materials and facilities, which was then the support of EDL to the different districts as requested, no? So ginatagaan natin ina sila. And I believe that while we have not conducted a thorough meeting, kasi hindi man pwede ang meeting last time, no? Even when the mayor will say pwede sa iya, but then if the other mayor will say na hindi pwede magkatudiri, hindi kita makakonduct sa meeting natin. So, while we were separated, while we have not conducted a face-to-face meeting in view of this pandemic, the Lord's work was not stopped. Actually, this evening, in atong first night of meeting, is entitled, When Satan is Roaring Like a Lion, against the elders and deacons, against the leaders of the church. Kasi wala man siya kontra nga iban. Ang kontra niya lang mga anak sa Ginoo. So when Satan is roaring like a lion, seeking whom he may devour, ang buot po singgan ng iyang i-devour are those faithful servants of God. So, anong siling sang Ginoo? Hang on, because help is on the way. Now, this is the main topic that I'm going to share with you. And I will be showing to you the different activities that we have. Actually, ginagrihan namon sa atong mga execom kasi hindi man kita maka house to house, hindi man kita maka meeting face to face. Ang atong execom leadership should on their own will conduct some kind of soul winning, soul nurturing activities. And I would like to share with you these pictures that will show ang inyong kubos na alagad, how the Lord has won in Cebu when I was in Cebu. Actually, I have to be honest with you, sa Cebu nga tuig, I have to step down from being a regional director. And that will be on the 28th of June. No? Kasi I have spent almost 38 years in serving the government without serving my own family. So, ironic ba? Grabe ang serbisyo mo sa ibang pamilya, hindi ka makaserbisyo. Nagdalalag ko ng akong kabataan, nakapalangasawa na sila, nakapalaman na sila. ang ilang mga bata di ko gani mas serbisyuhan, something like that, no? So I've requested, I've made a letter addressed to the president. Di pa si Digong nagsugot ko na. But in the long run, nagsulat ako liwat. And sinambalan ko si Sapbo. Sap, papawayan niyo ko anay. Papawayan niyo ko anay kay di maayong akong sitwasyon. I don't have any reason at all except for my health. And lo and behold, with God's grace, talagang nagsugot si Sapbong. Sabi niya, sige, balon ko lang si tatay. And nagkita mi, nag-istorya kami, si ara na RD, ara ng approval sa imong request for retirement, and I will be retiring on June 28, 2022. So this time, when I say retirement, of course, we have enough time to work for God. No? Direkta na, church na, dili na, kung ano-ano pa. Kasi our time is too short. Now I'm happy to tell you, although they are asking me to come back, and hindi lang si Sapbo, even si Senator Ivy, they're asking me to come back after 6 months. They wanted me to be another secretary. Pero, depende sa plano sa Ginoo. And I hope that I will not be able to come back. Dako naman ang akong kuan ba, kanang pensyon na magamit sa bulaton sa Ginoo. So I'm happy about that, and I hope that the Lord will say yes to my petition to Him after my retirement in June. So I told you that the topic that we will be discussing tonight is all about the fear of Satan against God's children. So his fear is being addressed in a form of like a roaring lion. Ang kadlok niya, naunahan niya, himuon niya ang tanan para kung pwede lang ang bulaton sa Ginoo dili kuha. You know what? I would like to tell you one story. We have so many men and women in Cebu. You know what Cebu is? It's a very Catholic area. Because it is in where, diri sa Cebu, nagpundo si Magellan. Diri sa Cebu, bulog ang Christianity, which we think about that. Naku na siya ng activities sa una. That is why ang Cebu, kilala din siya sa Roman Catholic. Now, even in my office, way back 2019, dili ka makasulod kung walay approval. Not even ang atong mga literature evangelists pwede, hindi. That is how the different agencies of the government say no to the Seventh-day But when I started to become the regional director of DSWD, you know what I did? Nag-organize kami ng prayer warriors. Pag-organize ng prayer warriors, because that time, every Friday, ang mga Roman Catholic, may arat silang misa, mass. And ang prayer warriors, nagatipon man somewhere. And they are bringing the prayer request of the different men and women in the office. So until such time, na nakat off na ang mass. Di ba? Nakat off. So ang naiwan is the prayer warriors. And because of pandemic, di ako nakagawas. Kaya ang CPUC, which is near to us, siguro mga, sabihin natin, mga 3,000 steps away from the SWD, alam niyo, all of a sudden, magsiling lang na cut muna. I-stop muna ang service because of COVID, parang ganun. So wala wala ka sa may mahimo. So I stayed in the office and conducted my home division. I was thinking about this. Sabi ko, paano ini Ginoo? Pwede ba'y mahalin na ako diri? Wala gid ako inadaog nakalag para sa imo. Ano ba Ginoo ang tuyo mo sa akon? Can you please help me? Give me the people whom I should tell them about your love. So that before I leave them, kilala ka na nila. And you know what happened? All of a sudden, ito si Glenn Maypa, before he retired, sila ni Pastor James Rico, nag-join sila sa akon, dira. In my room, sa headquarters ng mga directors, it's actually a room for the secretary, which was given to me by Sec Bautista. Sabi niya, Adi, ikaw na lang diri. So, I used, hindi yan ang room na yan, kundi sa sala, outwardly, may arap dira, may mga pulungkuan. So, every Saturday, dira kami. Okay. I cook, damo kong ginaluto. Just like what I'm doing in Maribrero in Lapos, damo akong naluto. And anyone who will just come up and listen can have a lunch with us, parang ganun. And you know what happened? For 10 Sabbaths of coming up with a home division, 10 Sabbaths man, ang intensive na Bible study. Hindi ko na malayan nga ining 12 ka Sabado na, hindi lang 10 na, 12 Sabbaths, when Pastor James asked, sino ang mag-alakad sa Ginoo? And you know what? I was amazed. The Lord has called these kind people who have been with me in my home division. And they said, yes, we will. Kaya naintindihan na nila ang pagtukon sa Seventh-day Adventist, from the Sabbath keeping, to Sunday keeping, to tithing, and all the major doctrines, alam na nila. So when they said yes, in-schedule namin ang baptism. And we went somewhere else in the house of a brother who may swimming pool. So dito sila baptized. Siyam sila. And you know what happened? After they were baptized, sabi ko, hindi pwedeng tayo-tayo lang. Okay, they are my staff. They are ranking officials in the government, in the SWD. Ang sabi ko sa ila, okay, magkanto kita sa mga centers and institutions. We will conduct the moral recovery program. And you know what? This moral recovery program, mga kauturan, this is the program that was introduced by President Digong. Okay. Tatay Digong nga, iyang ginahambal nga ang tanan ng mga head of offices should conduct the moral recovery program to make sure nga ang mga tao walay inom, walay pinabako, walay pinigarilyo, and so forth, no? So, we went to Argao, basically. And Argao has 81 residents. Ining mga pamatangkol ba nga naglikay sa way, okay, nakahigit sila, nakapatay, ng rape, drugs. But they are given the chance by the SWD. Their needs are well provided. They stay there. Sus katahong mga kauturan sa ilang tululugan. Kung ako pa daw, dili na akong maghalindra sa RRCY, kaya matahong mo. Pagkaon nila free, their education is free. Man may ara na kami di patindog na school para sa ila. Alternative learning system, elementary school and high school, even sa college nila. So, they are well provided. And I've requested the ministers of Central Visayan Conference, you know what happened? Karadlawan pa kay on the onset. Sino man diri ang Adventista man, di man ko kabalo kung sino diri. Tinanong ko ang isa ka center head, si Ipe pa, hindi pa si Aileen. Sabi ko, Ipe, abi, maghanap ka ng Adventist. Ay, yes ma'am, meron doon sa labas. Sabi ko, papuntahin mo, I want them to start with the moral recovery program. Because my line of thinking is, before ang mga bata makagawas magbalik sa ilang family, dapat ang mindset nila, spiritually mature sila. Kaya kung ang isa ka bata, isa ka 18 to 22 years old na bata, spiritually mature, dili na siya maghimo sala. Okay. Dili siya maghimo sala. So, he will become an asset of his family, an asset of the community. He will not commit any sin against the law anymore. So, sadya mga utod kayo, ang ginhatag sa akon, di man magpalapit sa akon. Sila niya, our regional director is a Seventh-day Adventist. And she has been asking kung sino diri ang Adventist. Nag-conduct sila ng activity. Pero di rin sila magkanto sa akon. One day, sabi ko, Pastor James, di ako dito sa Argao. Gusto kong makilala mo ang mga Adventist. And tell me if they are Seventh-day Adventist, kay Dukay ka na din. Ay, mga kauturan. Kaya ang gintawag pala ng centerhead naman is not the real Seventh-day Adventist, but a reformed Seventh-day Adventist. Nakilala sila ni Pastor James. Sabi niya, di ba reform ka? Di ba ang ganito, ganyan? Yes, Pastor, yes. Karon, ang akong decision is to cut off their service, and I really would like a real Seventh-day Adventist to help me. Parang ganun. So, na-stop sila. Pero we are good friends. Sabi ko, Doc, kay Doktora man ang leader nila, si Doc Brent. Doc Brent, sorry to tell you, pero I will not allow you to continue. Kasi hindi galit ka mo Adventist na real. Actually, ang pinapakita ko, real Seventh-day Adventist, kaya ang direction of setting an agreement with the children ba isa. Sabi niya, sorry ma'am, kaya wala na kita nag-intindihan na. Okay. So they stopped, but we are good friends. And to make the story short, don't you know mga kauturan, out of 81, si Pastor Fomentera ng Central Visayan Friends, Pastor Blase, nagtanggap ng moral recovery program every Sunday. Dito kami na. And then, ang nangyari, pinamangkot sila, sino malagad sa Ginoo, 36 ang nag-respond. So, insigida, nagpagawa ako ng swimming pool na portable. Nagpagawa ako, dason binutangan namon trapal, binutangan sa tubig. And this 36 plus 10, subong, these 46 children are now faithful Seventh-day Adventists. And don't you know that when they speak and have their testimony, nagapalanindog ang akong balahibo. Why? Because they said, salamat sa Ginoo for the experiences that they have in the past. Nag-transfer sila mga selda, nag-transfer sila ng prisuhan. Pero sa ulihi, in-transfer sila sa RRCY. And they said that the Lord is so kind to welcome them. When they said, Lord, I will serve you. Now they have seen how the Lord plans for their life. Ginplanuhan sa Ginoo nga makaalagad galit sila sa Ginoo. And to me, that's a very good experience. 46 young people. And now some of them, mga 15 na ang nakapuli. Ang 15 na nagpuli has the court order terminated the case. And they were accepted by the church. They were accepted by the local community. And they are now leaders in their different fields. Na makita natin mga igsuon that the Lord is kind to many people, regardless of what situation we have. Okay, the other way around, sabi nga ni Secretary, RD, kasi one day, si Secretary nagtawag sa akin Sunday morning, nagtawag, ining si Secretary namon, in the middle of the night or early morning, manawag na siya. Tapos sabi niya, RD, diin kasubong. Sabi ko, ay, going to Argao. Ha? Going to Argao? Ano ba nang imong trabaho sa Argao kay Sunday man subong? Taga-moral recovery program ako, sir. Sila niya, sabi niya, can you please continue that? Because in the whole Philippines, you are the only you are the only regional director who is conducting that moral recovery program. And I really wanted you to document all those. Submit that to me, and we will let all the regional directors tie up with the ACS, because I use the name ACS, Adventist Community Services, to partner with the SWD. So mga inigugmang mga kauturan, it's not only in RRCY. Even in the whole Regional Center for Women, we have 30 interests there. Mga kababainahan sila, abused women. Karon, they are continuing the Bible study, and another set of pastors ang inbutang ko dito, so that makalagad sila dito. You know what? Why I bring this experience ng RRCY sa inyo? Because ang lahat ng centers, we have 5 centers in the region. And not one of these 5 centers have level 3 accreditation. Ngayon, because of the many activities that we have conducted, nag-level 3 na. Level 3 Center of Excellence. One day, siling ko, ano ba ang pwede mahimo sinidiri before I leave? Ay wala man sa church ang RRCY. Wala sa chapel. And RRCY has 3 hectares. No? Andyan may mga building, may school, may security guard, may kitchen, culinary. Pero wala'y center or church na ginatawag. Tinawag kong engineer na, kung tinawag kong center head si Eileen and engineer Emma. Sabi ko, engineer, pwede ba nga magawa ka ng plan? I want RRCY to have a chapel. Sabi ni Eileen, ma'am, yung chapel that is good for what religion? Sabi ko, for all. Parang ganun. Kasi ako, ekumenical man ang dealing. Because if you are in a situation where there are many denominations involved, hindi ka lang mag-Seventh-day Adventist. You have to be open to all the people there. No. Sabi ko, magawa tayo ng building, gawaan ng ang pangalan niyan, RRCY, Regional Rehabilitation Center for Youth, RRCY Chapel. Parang ganon. So, kung may anak kitang Muslim na mga kabataan dira, they can gather together during Fridays. Okay. And the leader, the house parents should serve them. If we have 7 days, karon ang dira, mga 30 na lang, kaya nagalawas ng iba. 30 ka mga Seventh-day Adventist yan, which is not a holy place because basketball is being done in that area. So, hindi balaan. So, we need to have a chapel. Sabi ko, kung Sunday, pwede magamit sa Baptist or even Roman Catholics. No? So, that center or that RRCY chapel should not have a santo. Si San Jose, si San Pedro, hindi pwede yan kasi ecumenical yan. So, butangan nyo ng pulpit, butangan sang 70 to 100 ka-chairs that they can use every now and then. That should be a holy place for all. Pwede natin mabutangan yan ng mga music. Pwede kita magbili ng what's called that facility where kung may magkanto dira, mag-pray siya alone, nag-on niya lang, may arang soft religious music. Parang gano'n. So, that's the order that I gave to our engineer. You know what happened? 3 hours after the order that I gave to the engineer and to the secretary, ang nangyari, naakit si Satanas. Wala gid ako kabalo, naakit pala si Satanas. Wala siya may mahimo. Damo na kitang nadaog ka lang. Ang nangyari, while I was signing all the documents in the office, 3 hours after I spoke, nagkudog ko. And then, ang akong tulo ka secretaries, ma'am, napanagnawan ka? Ay, ma'am, may fever ka? Katingalahan mga kautulan. Grabe. I was very well that day, I think it was Thursday, na talagang ayoko sabihin na may sakit ako. Ay, lapit lang akong balay within the building sa office ko. And I'm pretty well, maayong lawas ko. But 3 hours when I spoke to Engineer Erman, doon na nanginig ako, grabe gid bang kauturan ang fever, mataas katama, and ang akong colds, grabe. So, bintabunan nila ako sa habol because at the back of my office is another bed na ginagamit ko na siya. That when during 12 to 1, I would sleep there. So, ibuhaan nila ako sa habol kagin kurumbutan. Sila, ma'am, ano ka man? Sila ko, what? I'm warring against Satan. Ako pa lang sabat ko. Because I remember that I called the 2 leaders and told them to come up to have a plan, building plan for the church. Mga igsuon, dinala nila ako sa ospital. Dinala ako sa ospital. Insigida, wheelchair, pero wala yung wheelchair ba? Insigida, dala, ERD. Natingala ang tanang na staff nga na maagyan ko nga si RD, ginakurumbutan. Kaya grabe ang bones. When I went to Miller Sanitarium Hospital, our hospital, you know what happened? Hindi ko naman tatlong akong piil. Sakit katama. Satan is angry with God's children. That when you do things, wonderful things for the Lord's cause, He will be warring against you. Alam nyo, the very night in Sigida, X-ray, IC, ano na tawag? Karang ultrasound, CT scan, no? And all of lahat ng mga antibiotic dapat na sa ako because of too much na colds. And they found out, lahat ng organs normal, except for one. Liver. That nag-enlarge ang liver ko, pero may duwa ka egg-like nodules. Ngayon, ang ginasakitan pala ng akong tiyan. Pero in the past, wala man. But why only that very day? Sus, mga hinigog mga kauturan, bilad daw nila ang CT scan, it's something like ang lymph nodes with pus na parang sabi nila insigida dapat i-open at kuhaon kay ilataw nila kung ano na siya. Mga kauturan, ang result was doon sa room ko, may nagtagtong mga passengers. Because they know that I was hospitalized. And these pastors are asking me, ma'am, anong nangyari? Nagulpi ka? Sabi ko, I'm warring against Satan. That's the thing that I normally would tell them. I'm warring against Satan. Mag-pray kita, ma'am. And you know what the prayer was? Sabi ng isang pastor, hindi ko na sila maduduman kung sino pa sila. But I know they are from Central Visayas Conference. Diri lang sa Cebu City. Sabi ng isang pastor, Lord, if it is your will, may I request you a special request today. From your throne of mercy, please come down right away to the place where Ma'am Beck is lying. Nagahigda ako mo sa stretcher na daluna. Is lying. Visit her. Give her the intervention. Help her, dear Father. You know that she is working too hard for your cause. And this is our main special prayer for today. Please come down from heaven. Mga kaupuran, kabalukang ko na nilakabo. pressure is 100/80. That's my normal blood pressure. Or 110 over 80. The highest so far. Pero that very day, nung dalon ako sa OR, nag-170/110. Di modo, nag-high blood ako. Nag-high blood. So, ang natabo is, hindi pwede nga i-open ako. Sa kaduhana, ako manggihapon, siling isang nurse, katapres. So, gibutang nila sa baba ko and then nag-wait for 20 minutes. Pag another pumping ng blood pressure, the same. Sabi ko, the Lord is talking to us today. Something might happen. Sabi ko. Anyway, ining mga aid na duha, nagtulod na sa akong paggawa. Kay it's only the doctor who can say that, and the doctors are already in the OR. They are waiting for me. So, pag abot dito, siya, Dok, taas na katama ang BP ni Mambek. Ilan tao, 170/110. Di ako mula kita ka nung pupisan, may katapres na ako. You know what? Sabi ko, Dok, I think the Lord is talking to us today. Siya, sige lang, di ma'am. Pero ma'am, okay lang ba sa imo? Galingin mo lumus? Wala gid, no sign of na nagalingin ang ulo ko. And to make the story short, gin-connect niya ang akong tiyan sa ultrasound. Kaya gusto niya, before mag-open, that will be guided by the ultrasound. Makita ba kung diin mas malapit-lapit gawa? Oh, sa CT scan, dito may nakita nga duwa ka itlog. Okay. Pero, lantawan nila kung diin nga bahin before mag-open, kay markahan man na nila before sila mag-anesthesia sa akon. So, mga kauturan, to make the story short, one doctor said to Dr. Hila, Daddy, mag-asawa sila, wala man ni. Siya, ano wala? Wala sang nodules. Siya, tulong ka, grabe ang iyang lantaw sa akong nakuhan sa ultrasound. Wala nodules. I was smiling because I'm waiting for the words that will actually come out from the mouth of the doctor. Siling ni doktor nga lalaki, abila, sabi niya, hindi mami, ari ang sitiskan nung kita mo ng duwa ka egg-like nodules. Sabi niya, amo na ang atong nakuhaon. Oh. Siya lang daw, Daddy, ilan taon pagin, wala na dula. Siling ni doktor, Ma'am, kung kuhaon, i-open natin, dugo lang ni. Ang magwa, wala na nodules. What an experience, brothers and sisters. That the prayer of one simple pastor was listened by God. It was immediately answered. You know what? Satan is like a roaring lion. He wanted to stop, he wanted to destroy, he wanted to do everything para ikaw kag ako maungtat sa pag-alagad sa Ginoo. But mga igsuon, sabi ng doktor, hindi ka na lang i-open. Antibiotic ang himuon natin sa imo. So, ginsaksakan ako antibiotic then sabi nila, pagkatapos na magwa ako 1 week after, I have to go back and check you up. Pero I believe mga kauturan wala. Now, one thing that I would like to tell you is this. Satan does not have any bitter enemy. What he has today are enemies who are children of God. Leaders of the church. Kamo mga lideres sa iglesia, iba-iba ang atong mga experience. Iba-iba, ang iba kaimulon, ang iba edukasyon sa kabataan, ang iba pagkaon, ang iba balatian. These are all the things that hamper us in doing God's work. But I tell you, Even Satan has no longing but to distract us, no? Or destroy God's work. But I tell you that God, who is an omniscient God, omnipotent God, omnipresent God, He is there anytime. He can come to you anytime for help to prevent us from further damage. Madamot na kita sa mga na-experience yan. Ako dali sa Cebu, mga igsuon sa paghimok sa bulaton sa Ginoo. One day, nag-istorya kami ni Pastor Ted Wilson when he was here. You know, Pastor Ted Wilson, he is the president of the World Church Organization. He said, Sister Beck, I'm so happy that you and your sister Regina in Germany, kasi migahay man sila sa akong utod ni Regina sa Germany. Siya, you are in God's Word. Regardless of what we are, ang imong trabaho, masupra pa sa mga trabaho sa iba. Sabi niya, use that word, that ministry, to further God's cause. Even though Satan is like a roaring lion, Sister Beth. And I tell you, brothers and sisters, even though Satan is like a roaring lion, just hang on. Call God's name, and He will be there for you. No problem cannot be solved with God. In fact, it's just our lack of faith that constrict God to answer our prayers. Lack of faith lang. So, mga hinigugmang mga kauturan in this week, as we celebrate the Elders and Deacons Week, I really wanted to tell you na madamo pa kamusang matunan. Every night as you listen to the ENSICOM, okay, as they give you the messages every night, we will be strengthened and we will be blessed more. Salamat din sa inyong pagpamati. May the Lord bless you and may He will bless us in doing His work. Remember, brothers and sisters, I'm always talking this to the governors, to the mayors, and even to the national government agencies that the Lord is coming very soon. And when He is coming very soon, what are we doing now? We have to double our time to help God's cause. We have to double our time to make sure that many people will be able to listen. They will be able to receive God in their hearts. And because of that, masadya ang langit. Upang paulit na kita dito tanan. May the Lord bless us.